Hello, everybody. Assalamu alaikum, Sastakal, Namaskar to all the listeners. This is Attorney Shah Parali for the Shah Parali Law Show, and today we're going to discuss about many issues when it comes to immigration. And before I start, I wanted to thank Michael, and of course, we are going to talk. Anything I'm telling you is my opinion. You should not act or refrain to act solely on the information provided. You should contact an attorney if you have any questions. So we are going to discuss about, first of all, this big announcement that premium processing is going to be stopped for many cases, most cases, by the way, and ultimately there was this announcement from the USCIS where they are saying that they will cease doing premium for most cases, where especially H-1B, okay, for not all cases like L-1 and everything would still be premium, and the few exceptions will be the one which are cap exempt, filed with California Service Center, and also the last date for premium will be on September 11. So we are getting a lot of questions about this because this is going to affect a lot of people. I posted that on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/ShahParaliLaw, but I didn't have a time to really analyze it. But today we're going to kind of go over this. I know there are a lot of callers. Bear with me a little bit, Michael. We're going to take the callers in 5 minutes. But right now I wanted to cover this topic because this is going to affect a lot of people, especially now if you combine this with the rate of denials, especially on amendments, etc. And what happens if you get a denial and then you want to refile a case, and since you don't have premium, especially if the case now is a consular processing case because you're out of status, what do you do next? Well, the best advice right now, because of this other memo, which says there might be some NTAs, it's not there might be, but they will ultimately, and until they kind of finalize that, they will tell us that we have situations where basically you need to have some backup plans, right? So I'm trying. It's very disturbing what's going on right now. It seems like they're choking everything which comes to H-1B, not only H-1B, pretty much everything, student visas, etc. So what do you do if in case your case gets denied, you have to refile and you don't have premium? Well, the only way you can do that is file, and ultimately if you're out of status, unless you have already moved to another status, make sure that you leave the country as soon as possible, wait for the approval and come back. And that's going to create more problems because many times people who get denied and have to leave, they work for consulting companies with an end client, which means basically you're a third-party placement. And if the H-1B itself takes a long time, what do? You're going to be stuck because ultimately the company might not wait on you, the end client, and then by that time you might have to file an amendment or an extension. It's going to get complicated, definitely. Excuse me. They put a provision, by the way, that they will consider expedited cases if you can explain why you need the case to be processed fast, right? So what do you do in this case? Well, we don't know yet what they will consider as extraordinary kind of circumstances where they will agree to that, and we are going to go over this as we go, and there are many things that's happening. We are hearing news that some people who have a birth certificate also are being denied passport at the port of entry, especially from Mexico, etc. So a lot of things are happening, and it seems like there's only chaos now. So at this point, we need to put some order in that chaos, and this is wherever you talk to a good lawyer who can help you, make sure you talk to one. And the number to our office, 510-742-5887. The website, attorneyonair.com or piralilaw.com. And I think, Michael, we have a couple of callers, right? So let me take a couple of callers, and then we'll continue on different topics and this one too. Sharp Ray, you'll have an air. Hello?
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you
Hi.
for taking my call.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So here I was in a weird situation. So initially, I used to work for IBM in Dallas location, and I had my H-1B extension approved till 2020. But then what happened is they moved me to a different project, which was in Virginia, and they filled for an amendment for that. And amendment was in process. But then what happened is I got a better opportunity, so I moved to a different employer who, again, filled my H-1B in May 2018. So my question is, when the 240-day cycle will start in this situation?
I didn't hear that last part. What?
Oh, okay. So what happened is, again, I was with IBM in Dallas location, got visa approved for 3 years. There was till 2020, and then I got moved to a different location, so they filled for my amendment, which was in process. And when the new amendment was in process, I took the new job with a different employer. So different employer filled for my H-1 transfer, and they filled the transfer in May 2018. So I wanted to find out about the 240-day rule. When the 240-day will apply? Is it apply for the newer employee where they fill in May 2018?
Yeah, it technically applies for the new employer on the new application. You already moved to the new employer, right?
Yes, already moved to a new employer. And petition currently is in process, basically, and there is no action on that yet.
Yeah. I would recommend premiuming the case, because if in 1 week there's no premium and the case continues, you'll have to stop working soon if you reach your 240 days. So in this case, I will recommend that they premium the case. Although the employer might not be willing to do that, I will highly recommend that you do that. Because
even though on my I-94 I have one visa approved till 2020, basically.
Well, that doesn't count, because you are not working for company A anymore. You already moved to company B, right?
Okay. Yeah. I moved to a company B.
So that doesn't count unless you are planning to go back to A and A has not canceled the H-1B. And if A has canceled, the 2020 is not there anymore. Even if A has not canceled, but there's no proof that they will allow you back. So I recommend that
obviously.
to make sure that you fix this one. And plus,
and my another question is, let's say in between my processing time, I visit India, for example, and obviously my petition is in progress and didn't get approved for now, and it's in the process, and I moved to India, basically, for a month or so and wait for the petition to get approved and then come back. So
that's okay. That's okay to do, but you'll have to go for stamping, and there might be a bunch of questions.
But in that case, my company can still run my payroll here, right?
They don't have to, because once
after 240 days as well.
Well, then the 240 days, the clock stops. Everything stops, because they don't even have to pay you when you're outside. It gets a little bit more complicated. When you go
I'm
outside.
saying for like vacation or maybe time off or something. So there's still or maybe working from India for a month or so, basically on H1.
Yeah, but the 240 days will continue. But what stops is the payroll. They don't have to pay you, because the rule is basically for you inside the U.S. But the 240 days continue in terms of days, but not in terms of the rule itself. Because you already left. Once you step outside, you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about the payroll. But what you have
But because
to worry
in that sense, my company is still running my payroll and paying me salary in United States.
That's still
okay?
It doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah, it's up to them. If they want to pay you, that's up to them. But there's no requirement for them to pay you once you leave. Okay?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Let me take another call.
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Is it Mr. Shah?
Yes, this is Shah. You're
Hi,
live. Yeah.
hi, Mr. Shah. How are you?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
I'm good. So, Mr. Shah, I had a question for you. We have applied for an H-1B renewal in regular processing in the beginning of August, and then we upgraded it to premium on 22nd of August. And yesterday we got an RFP, and it's at Nebraska Center.
Yes, go ahead.
And so what I was asking that if we revert back to RFP in like 15 days or a month, would it be again considered as a premium, or would it go to a regular processing?
Well, they have not clearly mentioned for those who are in premium, but based on previous cases, they might stop the premium because they're stopping it on September, so they might not process it at premium. But Nebraska Service Center, I think, has an exception, if I'm not mistaken. But let me double check. I think they're saying something about Nebraska. File. I have to double check that. But technically, no, they will stop the premium. So what they might do, they might refund you the premium fees, or they might ultimately process it under premium.
Oh, so there's no surety on that.
Are you filing an extension?
Yeah, this is an extension. We have already consumed the 6 years, and I-140 is approved, and this has been filed as an H-1B extension for the third time, like after 6 years, and with I-140 approved, and along with H-4 and EAD.
Same position?
Sorry?
Same position are they putting you on, or they're changing your role?
No, they have not changed anything. We just got an RFP yesterday, so.
So yeah, I think you will be falling under the Nebraska Service Center exception, where in those cases they might consider it as a premium. Okay.
Okay. And how soon do you think we should apply? Because they have given us a time of 1 month for RFP, so we should apply in like maybe as soon as possible, right?
Yes, it would be good to answer as soon as possible, because you don't want to wait on that. You already paid premium. You want to get an answer. Okay.
Right. All right. Thank you, Mr. Shah.
Okay. Good luck to you. So let me take another caller, Michael. This is Sharp Raleigh. You're live on air.
Hey, hello, Mr. Shah. Thanks for taking my call. I have a question regarding green card. Is it okay to ask you this question right now?
Sure. Go ahead. I'm listening to you.
Okay. So actually, I'm in my green card processing. My employer filed my green card, and I'm in EB2, and it's gonna take I don't know how many years. So I'm reconsidering to file for EB1. Or some other visa categories. So there are two things which I can do. One is, I'm not sure if this is the right approach or not. There is I came up with some technology, and my company invested in that technology, and then they have invested a lot on the technology.
Yes.
And they can actually give me a proof that I came up with that idea, and then they invested.
Okay.
I think they invested more than a couple of millions. It's pretty big. So, is there any visa category which we can file for EB1 or any other visa category?
You might qualify for EB1A. Let's do this. Give me a call. Send me a copy of your resume at shah@piralilaw.com. Mention specifically your achievements. Okay, put focus on your achievements. Let me look at it, because the EB1A are for people who have achieved something outstanding. So you might qualify. Let me and Sharif do an assessment for you, and we'll let you know if you qualify. You might qualify for EB1A.
So one question is, EB1A is more for patents and papers you publish?
No. I don't know if you had a chance to listen to our show a couple of weeks ago. people tend to look at the EB1A on the old checklist, and that's not really the law. We have been getting people EB1A without patents, even without publication. So I would recommend doing a good assessment, because many lawyers do it by the checklist. We use the checklist as a guideline, but the checklist itself is only part of the whole system of EB1A. And EB1A, the good thing, you don't really need an employer to file. So it is a very interesting, and if you have a chance, I have the show on my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Shah-Pirali. Check that show that we did a couple of weeks ago, and it talks about the salary might be a reason to get EB1A. So you will get an idea how EB1A works. But the best is, let us do a personal assessment, and the good thing with EB1A, you don't need the employer to really get involved, and you can file it on your own, and you can choose your lawyer. So it is a good idea to go for it.
And
okay.
Would there be any consequence? Let's say I filed for EB1A with you, and then there is a rejection happened for some reason, I don't know what. But then will that be any effect on my current green card processing, which is already going through with my employer?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't affect it. Unless there's some kind of fraud, it doesn't affect it at all. And that's where the beauty of the EB1A. It sets by itself, independent, and if you win big, plus you are not dependent on any employer. So I highly recommend that you look into that. Send me a copy of your resume. Let me look into that, and I'll be glad to talk to you and see if we can. And
can you repeat your email address, please?
Yeah, Shah, SHAH, at Pirali Law, like my website, PEERALLYLAW.com, or just type attorneyonair.com. It will go on the same website, and you will get my email there. Okay?
Okay. Sure. I'll send you my credentials.
Yeah,
and then we can
this is a very good question. Thank you so much, because a lot of people get confused. They don't even know they qualify for EB1A. Okay? All right?
All right. Thank you.
Good luck to you. Let me take another caller, Michael. Shah-Pirali, you're live on air. Hello? 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 I think we lost the caller, Michael. So if I don't have any other caller right now, so I'll talk a little bit about, we talk about the EB1A. This is a very good option, by the way. It's worth to try it. And our assessments are pretty good, because once we do it, and the truth is that when we do the assessment, doesn't mean you go and do it on your own, it will work, because the way those cases are prepared are more like an artistic way of preparing them. It requires a lot of knowledge, a lot of ways how to present the case, and two lawyers might file the same case, and one gets approved, the other one doesn't, because the reason it's the way it's presented, the knowledge. And I'm very, very proud to say we have been getting a lot of EB1A approved, especially thanks to Sharif in the office, we got also a lot of national interest waivers also approved. So if you need help, give us a call, 510-742-5887. We were talking about the premium, this processing, which is getting terminated on September 11. By the way, the number to the studio, 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170. Please call. The lines are still open, and you can ask your question, whether it's family immigration, employment base, you name it. I will be glad to answer, of course, if I know the answer. But so let's go back to our issue, main issue now, the premium. How this premium is going to affect you. It's a very important thing to really it's a very important issue now. I should call it an issue or a problem that is going to affect a lot of people. So please check what is the best strategy for you. If you have to go on premium, go before it changes. But if you can't, then you need to file. You have a backup plan in case you will get a denial and your I-94 is expired, etc. So I highly recommend that you give us a call, 510-742-5887, if you want a second opinion or you want us to work on your case. Let me take another caller, Michael. You are live on air.
Morning, Mr.
Hello.
Shah. Good morning, Mr.
Good morning.
Shah.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Hope you're doing great as well. I have a quick question.
Yeah.
Our priority date is May 2009, and last month it was March 2009. But still, we got medical and few other RFEs on 485. We already have EAD, and we had filed for its extension as well. So was just wondering if May 2009 is coming closer, why did we get an RFE on medical?
Yeah, that's a question that a lot of people have been asking me. I got a couple of calls this week. A lot of people are getting this RFE. There might be two reasons for that. Number one is that the dates are actually going to get moved forward on the October, because October is usually the new fiscal year. So we might see a jump in the visa bill date. But right now, next month, it is retrogressing to 2007.
Right.
The second reason is that by the time they process your case and ask you for the paperwork, the dates was going to come close. That's why they start asking you for that. But that doesn't mean that actually the dates are going to become current soon. All it is that their system has registered that it is coming close based on this month's visa bulletin. But then next month's visa bulletin, September, is shifting back to 2007. So you still have to answer, send all the stuff they need, because you never know. The dates might get current in October. A lot of people are hoping that. Not current, sorry
yes,
for that.
I understand that.
For you, it might get current, and then you will not miss the train, kind of. So unfortunately, there's no way to tell, but there's a lot of expectations for the October visa bulletin to be a good movement, but it's just a speculation and expectations right now. Okay.
Thank you so much for answering
You're
my
welcome.
call.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for calling. And again, the visa bulletin is active. Of course, it always acted weird even before Trump. So now we never know. We might see some good move, and a lot of people are expecting October 1st to be a big change. So let's cross our fingers, or let's hope, let's pray that we see a movement next month for month of October. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Attorney Shapur Ali. We're live on air today. It's August 30th, 2018, and I have with me Michael on the board, and we're discussing about immigration. Feel free to call. The lines are open, 510-657-1170. Let me take one caller, Michael. This is Shapur Ali. You're live on air.
Hi, Shah. I have a question for you. So I had a colleague in my office in a big company who got an H-1B extension RFE and then a denial, and he's leaving the country today and come back on H-4 and refile it. So basically he was like 9-year-old. He was in this company, and it's full-time employee. So a couple of friends in the office were just having a discussion, and I thought I should ask you about it. So we understand that there have been new challenges brought up by the administration, but the real old challenge stays as is, right? The green card to maintain the diversity, they're not really opening and it's going back actually. So we are, as tax-paying non-citizens, non-immigrants, what we can do. I mean, we understand what Congress can do and what you guys are already doing, but is there anything that we guys can do to push this?
Well, some people have suggested, of course, there are a lot of petitions. I myself had started a petition a long time ago, but then it kind of got killed when we were having a lot of hopes on Obama. But the other thing, one person have suggested they want to file a class action. The problem is to get a class action, you need a lawyer who does class action, and you need to get that certified, and you need to be able to bring an actionable cause. And nobody has really found something, because the State Department says it has been like that, and the system works well, and they have to keep the diversity because India and China and Mexico have the highest immigration population in United States. So they have arguments on both sides. But I'm hoping one day someone will take that as a class action. I don't do class actions, but I know some very good lawyers who do, but they have never really suggested they will take it as a class action. But one of the things you guys can do, get together and try to see if like there are a good attorney who is reputable, who is willing to take a class action. It might, if it gets certified, because class action has to be certified, maybe that might work. But until then, nobody has really dared to do anything, and legally, it is a big challenge to even bring an action. So until then, the best is to create awareness and make people understand that it is not fair, because 90% of the engineers come from India, and they come on H-1B, and they need a green card living here, and the country benefits a lot from that. The entire Silicon Valley runs pretty much on Indians and Chinese. So if all those people could get together under one banner and push maybe a lawsuit and get a lawyer who's willing to take that on, it might work. But I don't have enough experience with class action to tell you if it will work or not. But
okay.
It is a very good point, because this fight, we've been fighting it since I became a lawyer, pretty much been fighting this.
Right. And my worry is that because of the new challenges, we are not even focused on the original problem.
Yes. Well, the problem is that, it's like when you are a little bit comfortable, then you think about those. But once we become in a panicky mode, which we are right now, unfortunately, the bigger picture goes away. You tend to focus only on the micro elements. So that's where we have a big problem. Just like everybody's saying, okay, well, economy is doing good, everything, so why change? But then the problem is that the economy is not really doing good, and the challenge that the future is not really clear for people who are coming here. Like for India, especially, like EB2, there's a chance that people might have to wait 25 years, and this is not really the way things should be done. But I think the best way is to everybody to speak with one voice and try to push the administration to change that. And there was a push before to change that standard, but it died out. So I never really kind of thought that it will get that bad for EB2. So as soon as things do better, nobody really cares, because they just think, okay, things are going to get better now. But right now, it seems things are going to get worse, so it is worth a challenge and a fight.
Right. Okay. Thank you very much.
Good luck to you, and thank you for bringing that point. It's a very, very important point, because I have a petition on change.org where we asked, and this was done under when Obama was here, we tried to push for reducing the waiting time for EB2 for India and China especially. But unfortunately, we had a lot of signatures on it, but we didn't get enough. Plus, it didn't really. It did make a little impact, because we had this new rule by Obama where they have this second chart, but after that, things have gone really a different direction. So each one is fighting for their own issues now, and nobody is really kind of looking at the bigger picture. But thank you very much for pointing this out. I don't know if you have more callers, Michael. Let me know if there are more callers. This is Shapra. You're live on air. Hello? Hello? This is Shah. Yeah, I think I lost it. So, Michael, so ladies and gentlemen, we still have a few minutes, so you can call 510-657-1170, 510-657-1170. And as everybody is mentioning right now, the complications are, I don't know how to put the terms, the complications are getting more complicated, and things that were easy 1 year ago are no longer easy. For example, an amendment should have been a simple thing, but we are seeing a high rate of denial, And then if you look at the statistics, there was one that was published. It mentions clearly that we had a spike in the number of RFEs from 18% to 73%, I think, for India. And also denial rates have increased, and this is creating a panicky mode for everybody. And unfortunately, the only way we can fight this is if we get the government which is receptive to the demands. But right now, the only things that they want to do is pretty much make it harder and harder. If you look at the series of memos that came out, even in the past 6 months itself, it's a blow to the entire system. And in fact, there was a letter written by some major corporations telling the Trump administration that this is not working. This is going to either make them lose innovation and labor, or they will have to actually close shop and open it somewhere else. And that's the scary part. We are going to see a lot of outsourcing because of that, and that means basically less work here. And ultimately, we don't know how things are going to unfold in the next 2-3 months, but it doesn't look really clear and even optimistic to a point that it's not optimistic. It's more a pessimistic view that is coming. Having said that, a lot of people are being creative. Some are trying their chance on EB1A, and we're doing a lot of those. And at the same time, EB2, we might see a jump maybe in the next few weeks, so we have to wait and see. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Attorney Sharper Ali again. We are live on air, and today I have with me Michael, and we help people with immigration and debt settlement, and we have done, hundreds of cases, and luckily, of course, we have been very successful in many of our cases. Right now, the issues that we're facing, and of course, September 11, I don't know why they picked that date, maybe it's a symbol or something, but the idea is RFE are going to get, they won't issue RFEs. They can issue RFEs, it's at their discretion, but they will probably deny cases just like that. And now we have this premium processing going out. We're going to see a lot of complications on those complications. So let me take another caller, Michael. This is right, you're live in here. Hello? Hello?
Hello. I'm not able to hear you, sir.
Can you hear me now?
A little better, yeah. Okay.
Okay. So, I'll speak loud.
Yeah. So, I have a scenario and I need your suggestion. So, I have got a full-time opportunity and they are going to file my H1 in premium probably next week before 11th. Now, my extension is also due renewal. And I have my employer also has an option to file it now before September 11th. So I wanted to know, can I file both applications to be on the safe side? Because if my H1 transfer with the full-time company doesn't go through, then I can still have an option to file before 11th, because on 11th there are two new rules, right? One is there is no premium, and one there is no approval, no RFE case, it's only approval or rejection. So yes. I wanted to know whether should I file two applications before 11, current with my consulting company and one with the full-time company.
Yes. The answer is a big yes. In fact, that's what we recommend people to do, because you never know if the transfer will be approved with company B, so it's better to have company A file for your extension. At least you have your extension that will protect you.
Okay.
So the answer is yes, but make sure before you move to B, get an approval first with B, then you move. Don't just move like that if you have, unless it's necessary.
So follow-up question is, they are saying I have to start on 24th, but they are filing it on next week, so it won't get approved before, it will take at least 2 weeks in premium. So 2 weeks from now is close to September 24th. So should I, do they have to mention that in the offer letter while filing with the H1 that the start date should be later, because they already gave an offer letter of 24th. But 24th won't be possible because 2 weeks from now is close to 21st. Then I need 2 weeks of notice period to give here, right?
Yes, yes. Well, no, they don't have to really mention it because as long as company's A H-1B is still good, you can elect to stay with B until you with A until you decide to move with B. So it's your choice.
Okay, they don't have to mention anything in the H-1B packet specific with the date. It can still...
No.
Okay. And also I'm doing H4 change of status and H4 EAD for my wife. So can I do the same H1, H4, H4 EAD with both the companies?
Yes, you can.
And which
at
H4
the end of the day is the same. It's the same in the same rule. No, but this is the thing. Okay, you were talking about the H4. No, you cannot. I don't think you can file the 2H4 extension. So pick the pick company A, have them file the H4, because if you send two applications of H4, H1 doesn't have this problem because you can have multiple H1, but H4 there might be some confusion. So I recommend that you pick one and file the case, the one which most likely you're going to be working for. Use that one to file for the EAD. So if you're getting a good offer with B, you know you are going to move with B. When is your wife H4 expiring?
Actually, she's on F1 OPT, which is ending on January of next year. So I have to do the change of status for her.
Well, by that time you will know which company is approved, right? So
correct, but now if I do it in premium, it will get faster, right? Because I heard the change of status is taking 9 months actually from F1 to H4, and then H4 EAD also.
Unfortunately, yes, it's taking that long. Plus, you need to file now. But as far as I know, you cannot file two I-539. You can file two H-1Bs. So you need to pick one and attach the H-4 to that company, which is more likely to get an approval.
Okay, so which one you recommend? Transfer will get a better chance of approval, or current company doing will get a better chance?
That's the $16,000 question. Unfortunately, I cannot really tell you. The transfer and the extension are under the same kind of rules. So it depends what kind of company you're moving to. If it is a good company, good reputation, etc., you don't have to worry. But if the company is a consulting company, third party, no good reputation, then you should stick to company A. So, and if it is not a consulting company, it's a direct client, then you can pick which one. A direct client is always better.
Yeah, full-time transfer, which I'm going to do, is with the client, but the current one is with the consulting firm.
Oh, okay. So go with the direct client.
And do H1, H4, H4 ED with the direct client, and just do H1 renewal with my current consulting employer.
Exactly.
And if transfer doesn't get through and my H1 gets approved with the current employer, then I have to do H4, H4 EAD through normal processing.
Yes.
If
but there's no premium, by the way. There's no premium, by the way, for H4. Okay. Usually, what was happening, people will actually file it together, and as a matter of courtesy, you will get USCIS processing it like that. So there's no real premium processing for H4. It's just a matter of courtesy. They were doing it before, but now more and more they are not doing that. So don't count too much on that. Okay.
So if I just do it and if it goes beyond January, then she's still legal to stay here because her H4 is filed?
Yes. As long as the case is pending, she's in what we call a period of authorized stay, so she's fine here.
And how many months it is valid for she can stay?
I will go up to whatever date is on your H-1B. So if it is approved for the previous one, like basically it's a short term, then it's a short term.
Okay.
It is the validity is very hard to tell. But usually it goes for 3 years for H4 EAD, but in your case, it will depend when your H-1B stops. Let's say your H-1B stops in 2019, she'll get it only to that time.
Okay. And one last question. So the new company which I'm going for full-time, they have initially agreed to give me remote for 3-4 months. And they have already filed LCA, but I don't know, they have kept both the addresses. Like one is the client address and one is my home address. So if they haven't mentioned it, my home address in the LCA, then will it be a problem if I work 3-4 months from a different state?
Well, if you move to another state, you will have to do an amendment. So, because it's a material change. So you might want to do that. And
again I have to do an amendment?
Yes.
Oh, when they file an LCA, can't they keep both the addresses, the client address and my current residence address? And
No, you were telling me you're moving, right?
No, but I will move 3-4 months from now, but my start date will be in few weeks. So they gave me remote option for first 3 months because my wife was carrying, so they gave me 3 months remote option.
Okay.
Well, so I don't know whether they put both the addresses in LCA. That's what I sent an email today. I'm waiting for the response. But if they haven't mentioned both the addresses... If you have both
addresses, you're fine. Okay?
Sorry?
If you have both of the addresses, you're fine. But make sure that they pick the highest prevailing wage for the case. Okay? Let me know if you need any help. Call me at the office. I need to...
Sure.
It will take more time to analyze that. 510-742-5887. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Good luck to you. Take care.
Yeah.
Let me. I don't think I can take more callers now. We're almost close with the show. Michael is giving me the go that we have another 2-3 minutes to go. So I'm going to talk a little bit about settlement. That settlement is something that we offer a way out for people who have a hardship on their payments, especially for credit cards, sometimes in second mortgages, etc. So you can check the blog, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com, yourdebtsettlementattorney.com to have an idea what we can do. So bottom line today, just to recap, we were talking about this, another of this kind of unfair memo coming out where basically on September 11 now, premium processing will be canceled for most cases on H-1B. So if you have to file premium, I recommend you file earlier as soon as possible. But bottom line, many things are happening. A lot, like I said, it will get worse before it gets better, so you need to be really patient. And also we are hearing news, a lot of people are getting stuck at the airport, so before you travel, make sure you talk to a good lawyer. You can give us a call, 510-742-5887, 510-742-5887. So, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to thank you so much for listening to the show. And again, if you need help, call us. And I wanted to let people know also, don't get panicky because of the situation. There are ways out, so you need to deal with it properly. Talk to your lawyer or talk to an independent lawyer for a second opinion. You can call us again, 510-742-5887. I think Amit is there.
Hey, Shah, how are you?
I'm doing well, Amit. I'm doing well. I think you have 9 minutes. If you could just explain quickly for me debt settlement and in Hindi and Punjabi.
Yes.
And then I'll let you finish. Thank you so much, Michael. Take care. We'll be back next week, same time. Okay? Bye-bye.